Good morning. I'm delighted that we're to welcome Conrad this morning to talk about the Caterer.com People Awards. Hi, Conrad.
Hello there.
For those of you who don't know, for those out there who don't know you, can you tell me a little bit about who you are, what you do?
Yeah, of course. My name is Conrad Brunton. As we've said, I have a business based in Birmingham, which is called Tonic Talent. We're a hospitality and catering recruitment specialist, finding people right across the UK, looking for talent for our clients, and also, of course, working with the candidates to find them great jobs.
Great. And you're a sponsor at this year's Caterer.com People Awards, and I think this is your second year.
Yeah, that's
delighted to have you back. Tell me why you think it's important to sponsor the awards.
I think as a business, we have to practice what we preach and just support the people function of hospitality, which is absolutely key. As we know, you can have a fantastic product, be that hotel, restaurant, cafe, whatever it may be. You can have a beautiful environment, but without the people that are in it, it's absolutely nothing. And I mean, as you said, we're sponsoring for the second year, but now more than ever with what we've gone through over the last 18 months, and we continue to go through now, I think it's really important that we celebrate the people in the industry.
Couldn't agree with you more. This year, instead of having 13 or 14 awards, we're going to have 3, and they focus very minutely down onto employee well-being, skills and development, and employee engagement. Can we take the first one first and look at employee well-being? Why do you think it's important to recognise and award employee well-being this year?
Again, I think just now more than ever, we are talking about how employers can look after their people to a greater degree. So for us to be acknowledging best practice within the industry, and then obviously sharing those stories out of the winners and the people who are shortlisted, I think everyone can learn something. Everyone can improve their processes in those areas.
What do you think? I mean, for you, what's a good example of employee well-being?
Oh my goodness, I read as much as I can about this, and we try and consult and talk to our clients about it. The importance of a good staff food is something that I come back to and often is overlooked. I think that there should be something there for your team, some cereals, some bread for toast just in the morning when they get in, because a lot of them will skip breakfast. We know that. And then, a really hearty, healthy meal available in between shift, and ideally somewhere that they can, eat that isn't just sitting on the restaurant floor. I know that that's not possible for everyone, but I think that's a really simple one that's often overlooked. But I could wax lyrical about that subject for a long time, but I do think that's a nice simple one.
It is one, and it is actually one that you're absolutely right. It is overlooked because you've just made me think about it. So that's a really good one.
Yeah, but of course, hours, the hours people are working, work-life balance, working conditions, pay. There are, we really could talk about that for a long, long time.
We're looking at skills and development, and of course skills and development over the last 18 months, a lot of it went online and a lot of it hasn't been happening. What are your thoughts on that, and what do we need to be doing in the future?
I think, again, that it's something that's come even further to the fore. I think that people need to be taking advantage of the apprenticeship schemes that are available. Personally, we recommend umbrella training to our clients. They're a fantastic company, and they're incredibly thorough in what they do. But looking at what's available externally, and just remembering that people's development, it doesn't have to be an assistant manager becoming a deputy or a GM. It doesn't have to be a chef de partie becoming a sous chef. It's just giving them some skills ongoingly, talking to them about what they might want to learn. I think cross-training within a business as well. The benefit of cross-training for me, of having a chef work, half a day in the front of house, you've got to think about those little areas of development rather than it being big steps all the time. There can be that little incremental areas of learning and development that I think any size business, from a small cafe up to a large 5-star hotel, anyone can be doing that. And I think that certainly it's often overlooked maybe by the more independent businesses. I appreciate how busy everyone is, that can't be overlooked, but I think that it's something that it will increase the retention of your team, the welfare of them mentally as well, and obviously then you're recruiting less and you're holding on to your people and you're upskilling them, so it's just benefit all round.
Do you think there should be more focus on skills and development during onboarding, because recruitment has changed and the talent pool has changed? So sorry, go on.
No, absolutely. I think that people need to have a structured onboarding program. Again, whatever size your hospitality business is, whatever type of hospitality business that is. And I think that it does have to absolutely have to cover all areas of the business, the basics of health and safety, meeting the team, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, absolutely. Like what does that induction look like? Not just for the first day, not that welcome, but actually I would be having at least a 12-month plan, and then moving forwards of how what someone development can look like. I certainly say to our candidates that we are representing, ask them about what that looks like. You know, when we make sure that we're partnering with, you know, I think really good businesses that will have a thorough induction program, that are training and developing their people. But certainly, like anyone listening to this who's maybe looking at a new role, when I go for interview, I make sure that I ask, what does that development look like? How do I get up the ladder within this organisation? But how is my development going to advance over time?
I think that's so important. And of course, a lot of people that are coming into the industry now will be new to hospitality. And that we want to keep them. Retention is so important to the industry, and it's also important for growth and develop, you know, so we need to make sure that we get it right first time.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't want people to think hospitality is not the fabulous place it really is.
No, of course. I mean, it's wonderful. You know, it's an absolute. If you ask most people who work in the industry, I think that they love it. You know, and you can't say that. You certainly, I speak to a lot of my friends, and they don't necessarily love what they do. They do it because it pays the bills. But I think you talk to someone who's passionate about hospitality, and they'll tell you, you know, all day long about what it is that they love about it.
Our final award this year is about employee engagement, and we had a lot of initiatives during lockdown to engage employees and to keep them on board. And now we've ramped back up, and everybody's, you know, go push. What are your thoughts on employee engagement?
I mean, everything really ties in that we've been discussing there, doesn't it? I think that there are a number of innovative ways that you can engage with your current employees, and again, each business it's going to look very different. It could be supplier visits, it could be again a team training day, maybe when you're closed, or you take half the team if you're a 7-day-a-week business. So I think engagement again comes back to that development, that welfare piece, and it all really ties in nicely just with your overall sort of people function. Okay,
one final question for you. One thing that you're really proud of that you and your team have achieved over the last 18 months?
Well, still being here is probably the biggest one, still being here. And actually, we've grown the team post-pandemic, which is I'm very proud of. But I think our engagement within the community, locally, within the hospitality industry as well, nationally, we did a lot of work with Springboard. We were helping young people with their CVs during the pandemic. We were doing mock sort of video interviews because a lot of people find them quite difficult, I think. We were working with local homeless charity, still kept up a lot of links with local colleges here, the College of Food, where I studied and then lectured. But I'm very passionate about bringing young people through into the industry. So just tried to stay as relevant and as busy as possible, really, rather than just filling up the recycling bin during lockdown.
Thank you so much, Conrad. On that note, I'd like to say thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me today. It's been great.
Thank you.
Thank you.